Okay, let's start now. We know that only a few people show up here. However, our friends back in Asia and beyond, of course, they'll be watching this video later on. So please take your seats. Well, thank you very much for coming, and I'd like to extend our appreciation for your participation here physically in Sevilla, in Spain. We have been working for years. I think AEN stands for Asian Ecotourism Network. We're based in Bangkok. We are 21 countries. Now we have 31 board members all over Asia Pacific. And what we have come to agreement is that last year we have decided to start giving awards, calling ourselves AEN International Ecotourism Awards. So this is not just limited to Asia or Asia Pacific, but it can go elsewhere in the world, and hopefully that we could make this an annual event. And I'll be talking to you later. We will be having the finalist selection award ceremony taking place on the 28th of March in Cavite, Philippines, also hosted by the Ministry of Tourism in the Philippines, as well as International School of Sustainable Tourism in Cavite, Philippines. So that's where we're going to be. So, and today is a ceremony for the finalists. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon first, I think Mihi, right, is one. We have 10 categories, and we want to announce the who are the finalists, right? So would you come to the front? Okay, we have never done this before, I had to tell you, so...
how many participants did you have altogether?
Oh, we had about 30 plus applications.
Quite a number.
Yeah, quite a number. And we did have a big, difficult decision making process, but we did come to this.
Put those numbers up somewhere, huh?
Yeah, definitely do that, yes, yes. All right, so first category. Oh, I need to also show on the screen what's been. There.
Show something else on the screen.
You can read me.
Do you need glasses?
Yeah, like ecotourism now we have matured, so I'm matured, so I need glasses, but I will try without glasses. So we have a total of 10 categories. We didn't want to have only one category. Maybe the awards have a positive and negative impact. And then people may misuse when they got awards saying, we are perfectly ecotourism, the organization or destination. So we made all specific categories because we are doing, we have something strengths at certain area, but we have a weakness at another areas. So want to recognize the good job, good things, but just reduce some of the risk of misuse or the misunderstanding. So the first category is about destination governance. So this is destinations can apply. So when they engage the different stakeholders, and then they share their story. So we had the government, the destination level. Destination level applications, and then I'm happy to announce the finalists. The first finalist couldn't make here.
Oh yes, but you can.
Yeah, it's Ulsan Metropolitan City from South Korea. you may not heard about that city, but you know Hyundai, and you pronounce it Hyundai. They have Hyundai, the different types of factories. So it shows how industrial city the city is. But they really work hard to conserve the green area in the inside of the city. So they have a beautiful green area, outskirts, but just in the core, they have conserved the forest. And then to conserve that forest, they work to different the NGOs and the local communities. So that's why they became a finalist. And then we have another finalist from Taiwan, Northeast and Inland Coast National Scenic Area Administration. So it's a long.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Guishan Island is also called Guishan Island. It is a volcanic island in the sea off Tocheng Township in Yilan County. Looked at from a distance, it resembles a turtle floating on the surface of the sea. Guishan Island has an area of 2.85 kilometers and has natural scenery including sheer cliffs, peaks, sea caves, a lake, and cold springs. It is surrounded by rich sea ecology. The island boasts great beauty. In terms of shape, Guishan Island can be divided into turtle head, shell, and tail. The head is semi-oval and is a volcanic cone. Viewed from close up, its sheer walls are imposing. It is also called Turtle Rock Cliff. There's a strong smell of sulfur in the air due to the hot spring that spurts from the seabed, turning the sea white. This kind of sulfur emission is called a submarine hot spring. There is a sea-eroded cave near the head. From a distance, it looks like a pair of glasses, so it is called Glasses Cave. The tail is a long pebble beach. Affected by wind direction and tide, the end of the tail moves north and south with the monsoons. This is called the spirit turtle swings its tail. Guiwei Lake on the tail is rectangular and is one of the most beautiful spots on the island. The peaks that surround the lake and ridge are clearly separate. The scene is like a beautiful pregnant woman with a big belly facing upwards, which is why it's called Big Belly Beautiful Woman Mountain. Guishan Island Culture, Ecology, and Geology Display Hall. Photos and specimens are used to introduce Guishan Island's cultural sites, endemic flora and fauna, geological landscapes, the marine resources in the surrounding sea, and the submarine hot spring. Guishan Island is also a fortress in the waters off East Taiwan and the Nanyang area. After the military took over in 1978, military tunnels were dug and shore guns installed. The tunnels total 800 meters in length and are 3.5 meters high and 3 meters wide. Inside there are a number of anti-aircraft guns and machine gun emplacements. The military tunnels have now been relieved of their military role and have become a must-visit place on the island. 401 Heights is the high point of Guishan Island. Looking down, the view is expansive and beautiful scenery abounds. On Guishan Island, the only wild fan palm forest in all of Taiwan can be seen. It's very precious. Beside Taiwan Ebony Forest Trail, there is a 450-year-old Taiwan ebony regarded as a sacred tree. It is visited by many visitors to the island. The island has rich ecology. Surveys show that 469 species of plants grow on the island. Due to the abundance of plants, it is a very suitable habitat for butterflies, insects, lizards, and birds. As for butterflies, to date, 118 species have been recorded. Due to the fact that nectar plants and food plants that provide food for butterflies are found all over the island, butterflies can be seen everywhere when spring turns to summer. As well as birds being seen in the forests, along the trails, and on the grass, birds are often seen on and around Turtletail Lake. of water, wetland, and forest, it is suited to amphibians and snakes. Guishan Island is a volcanic island. There are many hot spring vents on the seabed nearby. They continually spew out sulfur and bubbles. A unique animal lives here, the hydrothermal vent crab, Xenocrapsis testudonatus, also called in Chinese the crab next to the hot pot. Thousands of the crabs live in the 99.5 degrees centigrade water in holes and cracks. They live on plankton that has been scalded to death, forming an ecosystem of a kind rare in the world. Next time you visit Guishan Island, protect this beautiful place so that more people have a chance to witness its splendor.
Didn't see all, but yeah, definitely I visited the small, like a cave. It's beautiful, and then they have a lovely story to engage different stakeholders and work hard to really develop the conservative tourism. Okay, the Ulsan city also sent their video, but they have another, the category. The awards, yes. So we will watch their video later. Okay, the second category is about sustainable building. So you all understand what is a sustainable building, so I wouldn't explain. And then we have the two finalists. The first one is Sukao Rainforest Lodge from Malaysia. Many of you may visit that place. And the second one is Howard Resort Sito.
Yes.
Yeah. That's from Taiwan also.
Yes.
Yeah, Taiwan has a lot of beautiful stories at ecotourism. So I'd like to share with you about the video of Sukao Rainforest Lodge.
What Ecotour started because we find that we have the nature here. It's available, God's gift. What we wanted to do is to bring in people from overseas to enjoy the beauty, to take care of it, to enjoy it, to learn about the places they are visiting, okay, and also to provide job opportunities. Guests come from all over the world. They're not only enjoying the wildlife, they enjoy the tour, they enjoy the food, but they also learn at the same time. So that is for me what I like about ecotourism. If you do not take care of the environment, then you will lose the attraction. You will lose the jungle, the wildlife.
If you really do it for the good of the futures, that's what the meanings of sustainable could be.
The goals that are set up by the UN, actually, the 17. So we use that as a base. Okay? We can't come up with this thing, but at least we have the 17 sustainabilities, it's up on the board. So we try and break it down and see which out of the 17 can be practiced in Kota Kinabalu, Sandakan, and Sukao.
We try to be one of the best ecotourism practitioners. We're using recycled woods, and then we're using electric motors, four-stroke engines, we're using recycled wheels.
And from there, we will try to train the staff about a certain aspect of the sustainability, and then from there, it goes on to the guests.
As a guide, actually, we spend more time together with the tourists. So what we do is, first day we let them see this wildlife, the proposed the macaques, part that we try to make the tourists understand. If we don't do this, what happens to the wild? If we don't pick up the rubbish on the river, what happens to the wild?
The first education they get is from the guides that come in from Sandakan. Number two is the greenhouse naturalists that we have around here, where the greenhouse naturalists also will give talks.
Also do sustainability by pick up the plastic bottles that we saw at the riverbank. We cannot force people to do it, so we will be the role models. If the first one to join, they will join. Yeah, and we also try to do it in front of the fishermen, so at least they get the awareness. So you do it by action, not doing by saying.
the 17 goals a day as a guideline to make sure that we can follow it and make sure that the environment and wildlife stays there forever. A portion of our gas fees is used to build projects or to maintain sustainability around the area in the region.
There are lots of conservation efforts, conservation tools, but safekeeping land or buying habitat is one of the best because it's really stay there.
We hope that not only Suka Rentals Lodge, but other tour operators also seeing what we are doing can also take the effort and do the same thing so that we can grow the sustainability from just one lodge to all the lodges along the Kilometer Area.
Can you find some difference between commercial the video and then this kind of video? This is a for-profit accommodation. They should show their rooms and how nice they are, but they talk about the conservation. It's not the NGO, but instead of
I saw a good difference here. The business was talking the concrete things. Huh? Yeah.
yeah, so I think this is the example of ecotourism. It's a different approaches. So we didn't ask them to create the specific video, for the categories. So the categories and the videos are different. But you can have the sense of the finalists, the character, what they are doing, who they are. So this is the sustainable buildings. So first and second categories I covered, and then now we will have the third category.
No, we have the
Next.
Yushan building. We have this.
Another.
Yeah, just quickly.
Another. Where is
No,
it?
that's the Taiwan's.
Oh, Taiwan we have?
Yes, we have the presentation.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
quickly to show what they're like.
Shall I turn off the lights? Yeah.
Oh, Taiwan, yes.
Yeah, and it just
Yeah.
it shows in. Okay, it shows, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's bright enough. So it's built back in '97, and they have refurbished this into a nice restaurant accommodation, and we use it, of course, sustainable materials and whatnot. So that was the. So they have sent us what kind of materials that they've been using, and we have a comprehensive plans attached to the application. So we thought that they're very nice in terms of, particularly for this category for sustainable material buildings. Yeah. All right. So I think we just dedicated 1 minute for the ones that are not here, just showing. And thank you for the Yushan and Howard Resort. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Good. AEN has JSTC recognized standard for accommodation. So we follow global criteria, and then we added some requirement for ecotourism facilities. So that's why we also chose sustainable buildings, and then we, when we judge the applicants based on our own criteria and plus JSTC requirement.
Now, I think Kelsey.
I'm the lucky one.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're going to the third category.
Yes.
Wait, you're on the same? Yes.
I think I am.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the category is called community benefit, correct? And I'm not going to read the criteria.
No.
Yeah. But I think there are some key issues here which should be mentioned, like offering equal employment opportunities and advancement for local residents, returning benefits to the local community or for the environmental initiatives, maybe both. And there should be a locally agreed code of conduct or guidelines in place for management and promotion of activities in the local or indigenous communities, and so on. We got here Sukau Rainforest Lodge.
Which we showed a video already.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And
congratulations
Borneo
for
Ecotours.
Scout.
And
Yeah.
they do contribute a total of 4 Malaysian ringgits. That shouldn't go on the wall.
Yeah.
Give us a picture, please, not a text.
One that exited on its own.
Yeah, okay. So we have a...
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay. That's Fainan, no? But here in this place, so a total of 4 Malaysian ringgit and 8,000 ringgit, about 2.5 euros, is for every international guest who stays at the lodge, in addition to contribution from guests. A number of projects are hosted. Sukau freshwater tank relief, Sukau medical camp, environmental awareness program with local schools, to name just a few. And then we got Fainan Eco Lodge.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
Probably you do the talk.
I'm going to present. I'm going to present now.
You
Yes.
do the talk.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so my name is Nabil Tarazi. I'm the founder and managing director of Eco Hotels, and I'd like to share with you our story at Fainan Eco Lodge. Fainan Eco Lodge is a 26-room lodge located in Jordan, in Dana Biosphere Reserve. It's owned by an NGO, a conservation NGO called the Royal Society for the Conservation of Nature, and my company, Eco Hotels, we're the operator of that lodge. The lodge is located in the south of Jordan, in the reserve Dana, which is very close to Petra, a World Heritage Site. The reserve is very unique. It starts at 1,600 meters above sea level and drops to below sea level. And it contains 50% of the flora and fauna that exists in Jordan. And 3 of the flora are new to science that were discovered in this nature reserve. This is what a room looks like inside the lodge. The lodge is totally off the grid and generates its electricity from photovoltaic cells. But the unique thing about the lodge is the ethos that we have developed for it. And the ethos rests on 5 pillars. The first is to give guests unique and authentic experiences tied to nature, culture, adventure, history, food, astronomy that exists in the area. The second point of our ethos is to contribute to conservation work. The third is community benefit. The fourth is minimal impact on the environment. And the fifth is interpretation and education. And I'll quickly go over each of these points, start with the unique and authentic experiences, and take a visitor's trip to the lodge for 24 hours, what they will be exposed to. And it starts to arriving at the lodge, which is 8 kilometers, from the closest paved road. Every day, an hour and a half before sunset, the local community guide takes the guests on a sunset hike overlooking the mountains in the area, makes tea and tells them stories about the area. Then returning back to the lodge, see it all candle lit. Every day, 200 to 300 candles are lit, the lodge made by women from the community. Then dinner is served on an outdoor terrace. The only lighting is the stars and the candles. Then the guests retire to the rooftop terrace to do stargazing, and the guides again bring their traditional way of their ancestors using the stars for navigation and modern technology in showing everything that's in the sky on any particular night. The next morning, the experiences range hiking throughout the reserve, ranging from 2 hours learning about the plants to full-day hikes, or going canyoning in the canyons around the lodge, visiting some archaeological sites in the area, or the experiences are not only on foot, can be on mountain bikes. Other experiences involve the community, learning about the traditions and the culture in the community, such as the whole process of weaving a goat hair tent, the eye makeup that the Bedouin use, or the coffee experience, or spending a day with the shepherd grazing in the mountains around the lodge. And then there are experiences around food, cooking classes, cooking demonstrations at the lodge, or going to the community and learn how to make bread. And the experiences are not restricted to individuals. It's a haven for groups, workshops that are very different from any other hotel because lots of the activities happen out in nature. And we see the experiences don't end at the lodge. The lodge is very close to Petra, a World Heritage Site, so the views on the left-hand side of the screen are the road that link Finan to Petra, one of the most scenic routes in Jordan. The second point of our ethos is to contribute to conservation, and this is important. The lodge is owned by the conservation NGO, so a sizable portion of the revenue goes back to the NGO for the conservation that they do in the reserve. Third point of our ethos, which is really crucial, is community benefit. And that's really essential element for us, and it starts from employment. Every single member of staff, from housekeeping to guides to the local management, are from the local community around the reserve. The lodge is 8 kilometers away from the closest paved road, so the way we shuttle the guests is using the community. Instead of buying 2 to 3 vehicles and hiring 3 people to do the transfer, we actually have 40 drivers in their free time shuttle the guests to and from the lodge. All the money that the guest pays goes to the driver that does this transfer. We have 17 families that do the community experiences. So we go to the homes of the community and teach them about these traditions. All the money that's paid by the guest goes to the family member. The biking experience used to be done by the lodge, but we decided to help a local community member establish his own micro-business. We gave him our bikes, helped them raise funds to get more bikes, and now we offer tours to our guests. The bread that we serve to our guests is baked by a woman who runs her own business out of her goat hair tent. 3 times a day she bakes our bread for us, and she actually charges us way above market rate, but that's something good for us because we help support this micro business. The candles that we light at the lodge at night are made by women from the community who work in the candle workshop and also work in another workshop that produces products that we sell to our guests when they come and visit the lodge. Most of the services, food, are brought from within a 40-kilometer radius around the lodge. So all of a sudden, this small 26-room lodge benefits 100 families, around 500 individuals. 100% of the money at the lodge stays in Jordan, going to conservation and to the community, and around 50% of what the guests pay stays in the immediate local community of Finan. Fourth point of our ethos is minimal environmental impact, and that goes at all levels, starting with the lodges of the grid. We generate our electricity using these photovoltaic cells that take the sunlight, convert it to electricity that's stored into batteries. Only essential electrical appliances are used, and we monitor our electricity consumption. We measure it and control it to make sure that it's low. The water is heated using sunlight also, and we measure all of our water consumption. The food that we serve our guests is exclusively vegetarian, which is a minimal impact on the environment. We probably the only hotel in Jordan where you don't have disposable plastic bottles in the rooms. We use these clay jars around the lodge we basically banned single-use plastic bottles at the lodge. And for people going on hikes, we have a filling station. They can fill their own bottles. If they don't have their own, they can get one from us. It is plastic, but it's reusable. This can be used hundreds of times. We recycle our waste, food waste, and sort of water sewage is combined into biogas and then treated. The water is treated to clean the water that's then used in irrigation around the lodge of native plants to provide cooling in the summer. In winter time, we have fireplaces. Instead of burning wood, which is a problem in Jordan, we don't have much trees, we burn this. This is called jift, which is the byproduct of olive pressing. When you press the olives, you've got the skin and the pit. They're made into these blocks, dried, and become fuel source for our fireplaces. So this is a summary of the environmental impact. Last but not least, interpretation education. The presentation I'm giving today, a version of it, we give it to our guests every day after dinner before they do stargazing to try to get the travelers to become better travelers. And we communicate lots of our ethos to the community and the staff that are in our area. So each year we're reaching between 5,000 to 7,000 travelers to become better travelers next time they travel. This is the ethos of Finan, which really links very much to the definition of ecotourism. So according to the Global Ecotourism Network, it is responsible travel to natural areas that conserves the environment, sustains the well-being of local people, and creates knowledge and understanding through interpretation education of all involved, visitors, staff, and the visitor. And because of that, we have won numerous international awards, twice selected by National Geographic as one of the best ecologists in the world. And at the 2019 World Responsible Tourism Awards, we were best for reducing carbon and other greenhouse gases, and we were the overall winner at that ceremony. And in 2021, at the Future of Travel Awards, we were awarded one of the best places to stay. And this basically summarizes what Finan does. According to Shannon Stoll, who's the CEO of the Adventure Travel Trade Association, one of the judges at the award, he said the human and natural ecosystem supported by Finan Ecolodge should be model studied around the world for engaging local communities and giving the customer a world-class experience. When we took over the lodge in 2005 as a private sector, if you did a search for the word Finan, there were 1,500 pages on a Google search. Today there's over 80,000. We managed to change a small hotel to world-class ecotourism destination. Last slide. Us as eco-hotels, we're not an NGO, we're a company for profit, but our profit comes in hand with the benefit of the environment and the people that we work at. Thank you.
Thank you.
One question, how high is your loyal customers rate? Like how big a percentage is coming back over and over again?
Jordan ends up being a destination country for people, so if it's their first time, they stay 2 to 3 days, but if people have return trips to Jordan, it's high. The number of people that come, we have people that come annually.
60% or?
No, it's single digit because in general, people don't come back
Yeah.
to Jordan as a country. They go to other places because they have a bucket list.
Yeah.
But we have some people that keep coming back over and over again. So,
Well, Nabil, for that, you're awarded as one of the finalists. Add on to your list.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, in the middle.
In the middle, okay.
Yeah.
It should be a different picture than that. Yeah, come on.
That's-
Put Feina in
That's
the background.
more, yeah, that's
Like,
good. That's good.
you know, like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
visuals are catastrophic.
True. One of the few,
You know,
finalists in the presence.
marketing is everything.
True.
Yeah.
So is it?
Hey,
There we
hey,
go. That's
all
it.
right.
That's it. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's nice. Stand still.
Thank you, Nabil. So I think there's one more in the finalist. What's this? I have it here now. Yeah. Kelsey, there's a third finalist. Just announce it, please.
Yeah. Can we have again some nice picture in the background and not the text, please?
It's reconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third is just this. And I'm hoping
Yeah.
that Mihu could also make an input. on
Yes,
the third
and
finalist.
I'm challenged by how to say this name. Wando Kanti, yes.
Yeah, wonder, yes.
And no, you have to help me with this name. Guduljang, Conservation Council, South Korea.
Yeah.
You will be able to
Yeah,
talk about
so-
it. Yes, please.
There is
Do
a,
so.
here is,
So far, the awarded ones are
just
really
put-
exciting.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You moved?
I think it's here.
No, later.
Oh, you have. Okay. A ver, modo.
Yeah, just remove it.
Todas, este,
Yeah, it's okay. We pass it.
Okay, hello everyone. I am the charge of the Cheongsando Ecotourism project during 10 years. So now I started my presentation. Okay, Cheongsando is a very beautiful island located in Wando County in South Korea. The population is about 2,000. Currently, agricultural activity and the ecotourism project have been carried out by the residents. the Cheongsam-do was designated as Asia's first slow city in 2007. And in 2015, the globally important agricultural heritage system in UN FAO. This is the scenery of the Cheongsam Island of spring and winter, summer and fall too. As Cheongsam-do was designated as a slow city and the GIS site, the number of tourists increased rapidly. The problem occurred as the rate of increase in the number of the tourists exceeded the capacity of the resident and island. But over-tourism has created conflict between the island environment and the resident. It was recognized that the way to solve this problem was to have appropriate capacity and resilience in the Cheongsam-do. Okay, with the start of the COVID-19, the number of tourists in Cheongsam-do decreased. But I think that is a big opportunity to solve this situation. In order to maintain an ecologically sustainable island, residents of Cheongsam-do became more interested in agricultural heritage and ecotourism. Eventually, it became a turning point for the human and the Iceland to coexist, and the residents created a new community and carried out various activities to preserve and maintain the Iceland environment. Guduljannon position between the high mountain and the village. The residents have overcome the environmental challenges on their own and have been strengthened. Their survival capability in the process of the farming of the Guduljannon for many years. A steep mountain and well-drained and rocky soil were not an obstacle to the residents. In order to create Guduljannon, the residents of Cheongsam-do filled up the stone on the hillside to create the stonework that was to be covered with the soil and build waterways on the ground. Simply put, the residents overcome their disadvantaged environmental condition through the Guduljannon, the result of their wisdom and effort. Guduljannon is also referred to the rice house, which is somewhat similar but has a different construction method and material from those of rice terrace. After stacking stone to build the royal stonework, flat stone were filled up the stoneworks. Later, waterways and water holes were constructed in the middle of the stonework. Its irrigation method and the shape looks similar to Guduljang from the traditional Korean heating system. The name is ondol, which is why it is called Guduljannon. Non means the rice paddy in Korean. Difficulty in preserving the physical characteristics of the Guduljannon due to the decrease in the population of the Cheongsam-do Island. The increase of the fallow paddy due to the continuation dipping of the aging and the modernization of agriculture. Guduljannon Conservation Council is a running community and the practice community created by the residents. In cooperation with the Wando County, preparation for the future of Cheongsam-do Guduljannon as a sustainable agricultural heritage. Through the Guduljannon Conservation Council, the residents are restoring fallow farmland to rice paddy, promoting the value of the Guduljannon, and practicing eco-friendly agriculture to preserve ecosystem habitat. The overcome around us agriculture activity in the Guduljannon has been developed into the beautiful landscape of Guduljannon, and the value of agricultural heritage recognized by the world has become a remarkable tourism attraction. while maintaining the original function of the rice paddy through the agriculture environmental protection supported by the government. The residents are also mapping out of a profitable project by utilizing the rice paddies as one of the ecotourism resource. For example, the ownership system of the Guduljangnón and the Guduljangnón Festival, the rice paddy of biodiversity forum, Guduljangnón SDG tour program. Ecotourism, such as the Firefly tour and the Milky Way tour in Cheongsan-do, is not aimed at the group tourists. The program is run with a small number of people. Tourists are educated in the advanced on the principle of ecotourism behavior from the resident guide composed of local residents. Using these values, the residents have founded a travel agency that offered several tour programs, including Guduljangnón Picnic Program and Guduljangnón Ecology School based on the Guduljangnón Ecology Exploitation, a Firefly Tour Program and the Milky Way Tour Program, where tourists can see the stars in the night sky. Cheongsan-do operated on the ecotourism program using the agricultural heritage at the designation of the GIA site. Through this, agriculture and the tourism income being raised at the same time. Now, agricultural income is gradually increasing as a responsible consumption of the tourists who recognize the value of the agricultural heritage and participate in agricultural heritage ecotourism continues. Cheongsan-do has sold its beautiful and ecological landscape, which are product of the labor as a tour program. Tourists are impressed by the unique scenery of the Cheongsan-do, which is to be continued when the farming in the Guduljangnón continues. This is very important. This is really important. Cheongsan-do people makes Guduljangnón beautiful, and Guduljangnón makes people happy. That is the result during 10 years. The Conservation Council is focusing on how many responsible tourists the Iceland can attract, rather than the mere number of tourists. That is, the sustainability of the ecotourism business on the Iceland depend on the sense of the conscience and the connection, not on the statistical number of the visitors. This is the last slide. Ecotourism of Guduljangnón in Cheongsan-do region. While general tourist attraction focus on creating the large number of visitors and economic benefit, sustainable tourism in Cheongsan-do focus on creating value for the resident and the environment of Cheongsan-do. Sustainable tourist destinations should be satisfactory not only for the place and the visitors, but also for all living species. Cheongsan-do is aiming for the sustainable tourist destination. The residents of Cheongsan-do recognize the value of Cheongsan-do to tourists through the landscape, food, traditional culture, ecology, and the agricultural heritage of Cheongsan-do. Okay, thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shortly mention about
Yes.
Dr. Huang,
Yes?
because he's not the resident of this area, but he will be, and he spent much time in Cheongsan-do to support local association, their associations activities. So he made actually, this. Because the people had the, I guess, goodwill, but they need someone to, encourage them and guide them. So the government have to take that role, but sometimes the government is too busy and then they think that's not their role. But he and his
just kidding.
yeah, he's a weird. field expert to support all local activities. So he will build the house, to spend his much of time there also. He also help other communities, other destinations too. So really thank to him to bring, this case to AEN Awards. And the next year, if they become the winner, he has a big plan. So the government and also the many of the association members, they will come and then share their the stories with other ecotourism communities. So thank you.
Thank you for your great comment. Thank you, Minnie, for your comment. So I'd like to congratulate the Wonder Country and Good Journal, Conservation Council for South Korea.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's okay?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, now, let's see. The transcript goes to on the Kelsey, on the third category.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
May I ask in between, you mentioned like you are starting to do new indicators of success, like happiness of people. What other indicators do you have? It's not the number of visitors, no, right?
Yeah.
But like the level of conservation and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah, great.
The third.
The third.
Well, we still
Climate action we are, right?
Yes.
We are in climate action, and so low carbon, carbon zero, maximizing renewable energy use, eco-friendly transportation, etc. So here we have quite hot stuff in the real sense of the word. Ulsan metropolitan city. Again, South Korea. Yes. Construction of water circulation system and operation of migratory bird exploration electric bus is helping to promote low carbon transportation in the ecotourism destination. Very well done. Further on, we have the Northeast and Yilan Coast National Scenic Area Administration in Taiwan. And the Destination Management Organization makes efforts to preserve its rich nature and cultural heritage using sustainable policy and building up monitoring systems to minimize the negative impact of tourism and probably maximize the positive ones, including reduction of pollution, carbon emissions, waste, and saving energy. Well done. And we have another one for Feinan Eco Lodge, right?
Yes.
We saw the presentation. And
Yes. Welcome to the stage.
it's starting to look corrupt, Jen
we are not.
Jen board members.
It's a very independent, transparent
It's not,
judging
just
process.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you again, Bill. Always. Alrighty. So we're just gonna keep the time going. So that would be Miss Natalia for our fifth category. Oh yeah, either way.
It's okay.
Okay. Either way will work.
Okay. And the fifth one, biodiversity conservation. This category applies to both the aquatic and terrestrial biodiversity conservation. The destination has a system to monitor, measure, and respond to the impacts of tourism on the natural environment, conserve ecosystems, habitats and species, and prevent the introduction and spread of invasive species. The accommodation sector can be asked is design, siting, construction, renovation, operation, and demolition in compliance with local zoning systems, laws, and regulations related to protected or sensitive areas, including heritage considerations. Then, Ulsan Metropolitan City.
Again,
South
one of the
Korea.
finalists, yes.
There is a video.
There's no video.
No?
No.
Okay.
But-
Michi want to comment about Ulsan Metropolitan City?
In terms of biodiversity conservation?
Biodiversity, yeah, I will share just one really interesting story. Again, that's the really developed urban area, but they had a beautiful the birds during the winter. The crow, different types of crow, they come to Korea. That's thousands, I think it's more than 100,000 birds come to the city. And then traditionally Koreans do not like the crows, So, but the city, they conserved the forest to provide also the habitat during the nighttime. And then when the residents, woke up, they found their cars is full of the crows, the poop, during the nighttime. They made the messy cars. So there was a complaining. So what the local association was doing is that they woke up very early morning, they went out and washed the resident cars because they also wanted to, protect the birds. And the government recognized that activities and they supported the car washing, so they pay for the labors. So local association members, they clean the car for almost 6 months, and then the government pay to them. So it's really collaboration between government and then local association. So Ulsan Ecotourism, Taehagang Ecotourism Association also got one awards, but that's also the example of governance, but working together to have the biodiversity. Yeah.
Very good, thank you.
Should I read first and then the video?
Just please pronounce the name of the second finalist.
The second finalist for the category is Taiwan.
No, the 10 knots.
10 Knots Group, from Philippines.
Yes, and we have a video,
Okay.
5B. Yeah, we cannot read all of this.
ocean in 4 months. You see, I became weak and I had fluency problem. I was almost gonna die. I was looking somebody from me during a cleanup in the lagoon, and that we let me stay in the UAE with Jamie and Clifford.
When we were deciding on the place, the beach came to mind because we had the personnel, we had the facilities, and we were right by the beach, so it's easy for us to just get salt water if we need to fill the pool and stuff like that.
I was not in the best shape. I could barely lift my head to breathe, and we had not eaten in days. The new beach team were quite worried about me.
Nung dumating po sa amin city, so sobrang ingat po kami sa pag-aalala sa kanya. Honestly, I was very hopeful when we got me because I've seen too many casualties already. But then the following day, she was still holding on. So that's when we decided to give her all of the medications, like do the hydration, and then have antibiotics. And she responded very well to treatment despite the fact that all of the shots, the injections were a pain for her. But she was such a fighter.
I showed them that I could pull through. I took all the injections like a pro because I wanted to feel fat. I didn't really want to eat, but they really wanted to feed me. They just wanted to help me get better.
Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Is this somewhere on YouTube, this film?
I think they just made it for us, but I'm
Can you
sure there are
upload
other
it
series
somewhere?
of it.
Can you upload it somewhere?
Yeah, I can do that. So
Yeah.
the third finalist?
The third finalist, Taewa River Ecotourism Association from South Korea.
They will come tomorrow.
They'll come. So
Okay. The Taiwagan Ecotourism Council is an ecotourism organization established in 2013 to facilitate the conservation of the Taiwagan ecotourism area, one of the Korea's 12 major ecotourism destinations, and its use as a tourism element. Travel agencies, research institutes, universities, merchants, associations, and related organizations are operated in cooperation with 120 members to carry out various projects, such as biodiversity conservation, ecological education, ecotourism, resident capacity building education, and ecological monitoring.
Now we go to the next sixth category.
Waste management.
Yes.
Well, I read the
Oh, you can-
category. And
Oh, everybody knows about waste management.
Okay,
So.
yes. Some keywords that there are here:
Yeah.
solid waste policies, no one-time use plastic policy, efficient purchasing, food waste reduction, solid waste reduction, reusing, recycling, upcycling projects in general. Then the finalist,
Yes.
Leo Tourism States from Philippines.
Yes. Then we have the
Yeah.
video.
Okay, we already have the video.
Yeah. Let me just play that now. real estate. Now moving on, there was only one finalist for that category, so that's obvious. But entire, so the seventh category now. Oh, we did
No, we're ready. I
the
think.
next one. Oh, it's enough, yeah?
It's okay, continue. Continue.
Yeah, we'll continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one, ecotourism promotion.
Yes.
The criteria, well, promotion, information about visitors is accurate with regards of its products, services, and sustainability claims. The first finalist, 10 Nuts Group
Okay,
from
yes.
Philippines.
Yes.
You have a video?
Yeah, we have a video.
The 2020 pandemic caused a massive hit on air travel and deterred tourism worldwide. Borders closed down and the nation went under a state of public health emergency. Local community quarantines were imposed, affecting industries reliant on foot traffic, such as malls and tourist establishments. Ayala Land, a leading property developer in the country, saw a significant decline in its bottom line amid the impact of COVID-19 on its business operations. Its resort group subsidiary 10 Nuts, developer and operator of world-renowned Alita Resorts and Township Development Real Estate, closed down, affecting the livelihoods of hundreds of employees, of which 90% are locals of Palau. Anchored on the Be Green mission of community development and environmental stewardship, 10 Nuts prioritized immediate assistance for employees furloughed due to resort closures. We launched Travel for a Cause, a private sale for patrons, offering open-dated, all-inclusive vouchers, which resulted in 1 million pesos total proceeds, benefiting more than 500 employees and their families. And a community support program, offering guests for booking benefits, which generated over 100 bookings and 12.8 million pesos in revenues. As local community quarantines extended, additional funds from donors were used to launch ecological projects, which provided temporary alternative livelihood opportunities to employees while caring for the environment. With all of our properties and most tourism establishments closed, we did not waver. 10 Nuts formed a virtual review team, engaging critical members for the purpose of exploring ways to resume resort operations. Research and development of operating procedures for tourism establishments during a pandemic commenced. This document was compressed into a memorandum order that the Department of Tourism now uses to certify accommodations before operating in the new normal. We mapped out the best journey and streamlined our operations according to the changing needs of new normal based on standards set by the Department of Tourism and best practices from global safety guidelines. Safe facilities, enhanced housekeeping, healthy community, green and clean experience. These are the 4 pillars of our travel bubble. An exclusive ecosystem of point-to-point services for multiple stakeholders, WellNet, AirSwift, and 10 Nuts. From RT-PCR swab testing facilities, chartered flights departing from a private hangar in Manila, private accommodations, low-contact services, and low-density activities, guided by the Be Green, Be Clean Comprehensive Enhanced Care Program. 10 Nuts was allowed by the Department of Tourism to reopen Alita Resorts to leisure guests by July 2020. By November, Alita Resorts travel bubbles were followed by the reopening of Leo Estate, offering more affordable travel bubble options, reopening of shops, and local community enterprises. Increased demand resulted in direct re-employment of more than 500 local employees and kept partner merchants and community vendors stay afloat. The travel bubble model was referenced by the DOT in restoring tourism in other destinations in the country, such as Boracay and Panglao and Bohol. We employed new digital strategies to increase awareness and stay connected virtually. This resulted in significant spikes in online engagement. Our travel bubble scheme continues to receive commendations from guests, affirming its positive impact in boosting travel confidence and brand love. Despite setbacks of the pandemic, the 10 knots travel bubble reinvigorated the local travel market and set a new benchmark for Philippine tourism recovery.
Ready? Let's again go to the 10 knots. And now, Natalia, just to announce to the gentlemen, we now have.
Okay, the next one is Japan National Tourism Promotion.
Yes?
Hiroshi Yamashita is going to present.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait, you use the old one or new one?
Oh, what's
Is it the same?
Oh, it's not. This is the old one? Okay, okay. Dime. Es todo en español. ¿Cuál?
¿Qué necesitan?
No, para comenzar.
Presentar F5.
¿Tomado? F5?
F5.
Okay. It must be universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting us for this occasion today. My name is Hiroshi Yamashita, and I work for Japan National Tourism Organization in Madrid. In this occasion, I'd like to explain the overview of our promotion for sustainable tourism. First, on the basis of our policy, followed by our promotion on tourist attraction and our tips for travelers to travel responsibly. First of all, I'd like to explain the basis of our policy for sustainable tourism. We formulated the policy on action for contributing to the SDGs and promoting sustainable tourism to manage the recovery of the inbound tourism to Japan in a more sustainable way. And those are comprised of management of organization and promoting sustainable tourism and universal tourism. For instance, running promotions in an environmentally friendly manner. Second, collecting sustainable tourism content in Japan, advocating for responsible tourism, and such. Our organization's concept of sustainable tourism embodies the following goals. There are three. A, the environment. Protecting and nurturing local environments and their biodiversity. B, culture. Respecting local cultures and preserving and local heritages. And lastly, the economy, supporting local economies. Under this policy, we are amplifying specific regions of Japan and tourist offerings that incorporate and promote sustainable tourism while advocating Japanese local government and travel-related business partners for better understanding of sustainable tourism. For this phase, I'd like to explain about our digital pamphlet. To increase the awareness and interest on Japan as a sustainable tourism destination, we published a digital brochure in April 2022. This is the first comprehensive promotional tool that showcases 50 unique activities and facilities throughout Japan for responsible international travelers. The brochure was created from the viewpoints of following 5 aspects. 1, sustainability. 2, attractiveness and competitiveness. 3, evaluation by international authorities. 4, proper management. 5, coverage of the contribution to our 3 pillars of sustainable tourism, namely 1, the environment, 2, culture, and lastly, economy in destination. I'd like to showcase some of the 10 examples here of what we actually advocate for sustainable tourism. The first one, this is the adventure in the great, what we say adventure in the great outdoors. This is the pilgrimage routes in Japan. 2, this is a place where you can observe wild bears in the central part of Japan. 3, this book is tree house. You can sleep under the stars among the branches and leaves. This is situated in the southwestern part of Japan. 4, this is the place where you can do the tea leaf picking with the view of Mount Fuji in the backdrop. This you can't see the Mount Fuji, but there's a Mount Fuji as a backdrop. 5, what we say healing powers of hot spring. This is one of the oldest hot spring in Japan. You can experience the life of Buddhist monks here. 7, the experience in traditional towns and heritage states. Discovering a centuries-old post town in the northeastern part of Japan. 8, this is a place where you can experience the traditional arts rooted in community. This is one of the ritual for the Shinto sect in Japan. 9, to experience the Japanese festivals with history. This is one of the oldest festival to be held in ancient capital of Japan. Lastly, discover Japanese craftsmanship. This is the indigo dyeing experience in a castle town. So those are one of the examples that we were promoting for international travelers for sustainable tourism. And for this phase, we would like to explain what we kind of advocate for the visitors visiting those places. Recently, we have just launched a dedicated website that presents tips for responsible travelers. For instance, there are 10 cases here. I'll just go through quickly. 1, to honor Japan's rich natural environment. 2, to taste the seasonal marine and mountain delicacy. 3, stay in historic buildings, followed by Japanese culture with traditional festival and performing arts. 5, to support local artisans. 6, roads less traveled with Japan's extensive public transportation network. 7, stay longer and explore more deeply with locals. 8, visit during off seasons and see a new side of Japan. 9, act like a local while traveling. And lastly, please, we want the travelers to share your travel experiences. In my presentation, I talked on 3 points. 1, our policy on our promotion on tourist attractions. And 2, on promotion on tourist attractions and our tips for travelers to travel responsibly. That is all for my brief presentation. Once again, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And being Japanese, also I'm honored to give different
Thank you very much.
this award. Finalist goes to the JNTO, the Japan National Tourism Organization.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very well. So we still have more to go. Is it Nabil? I think you're on. See yourself. On the 8th category. Are you ready?
Okay. The 8th category is about environmental leadership. And this category goes to leaders supporting conservation and restoration of ecotourism resources, focusing on natural resources. We have 2 finalists. The first one is the Taiwan Ecotourism Association from Taiwan. And I think we have a video for that.
Let's do.
Okay.
We got both actually.
And the second one is Jeju Ecotourism Association from South Korea. And we'll start with the video on Taiwan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yong Song Chen to present you some introduction of Taiwan Ecotourism Association, T. T was founded in 2001 and to promote sustainable resources through ecotourism. Our vision to build an ecotourism industry as well, get connected with international community and well-being. Regarding development plan, we conduct quite a lot of training courses and workshops, and also partnership with other industry and setting up a platform and establish an evaluation program and reinforcing international cooperation. T organization, besides the board members and directors, we have 4 committees right here: international affairs, public affairs, and evaluation, certifying, development, and promotion. Firstly, we conduct quite a lot of training courses and workshops covering many aspects, and also we have 3 sections and 92 certified trainees, and also some other trainees for training eco-tour guides, and also for international participants, we have English, Japanese eco-tour guides. This is our training courses in the past 20 years. We have more eco-tour guides being certified in recent years. This is a training course. Also, we promote ecotourism by tutoring local communities in ecotourism and protect the environment, particularly in some indigenous people like Tribe village, and also their vicinity communities, and our Wetland and Forest Farm, and Bunong and Ataya, the indigenous tribes as well. We mentoring programs, a few here, and also establish an evaluation and certification program to enhance the quality of ecotourism. We reinforce international cooperation and coordinating demands from international markets. Altogether, we have 3 important international ecotourism conferences in Taipei, and 1 most recent hybrid conference last year due to COVID-19. And so we had 18 symposiums locally based on the annual meeting, and we had 15 years ecotourism in Taiwan, and also just mentioned New Horizons held last year regarding international conference on ecotourism of Taiwan, particularly focusing on COVID-19. Here, this is a 15 years anniversary. This is a 17th years anniversary. It's a 19 years anniversary, focusing on mountain ecotourism and indigenous people. The group picture was taken in Anisan. The most recent international conference last year, New Horizons. In the section 1, I was a moderator of opportunities for ecotourism under COVID-19. we had some international participants like Tony Charters from Australia and Srila from Sri Lanka, as well Popo from Philippines and from Bhutan as well. In terms of international affairs, we signed memorandum of understanding with Ecotourism Australia in 2014, and I participated in global ecotourism in 2015 and 16, and also joined a field trip to Western Australia and Tasmania at the same time. So we team joined AEN in 2016. At the beginning, CTO was the board member, and I took the position last year as board member. And also, we had the AEN SEMA annual meeting 2019 in Taiwan. We want to apply a world category A as a environment leadership. Due to some reasons right here, we issued Taiwan Ecotourism White Paper, develop evaluation of ecotourism tour in National Forest Recreation Area. We initiate Taiwan Ecotourism Itinerary, also work with Forest Bureau and Tourism Bureau for ecotourism. Also established whale watching award. We introduced 7 main rules on mountain areas. Like besides main rules, we have side rules and alternative rules as well. So we also want to apply a world category 9 on innovative ecotourism. Due to we develop some tier ecotourism showing innovations in ecotourism design, and also we promote low carbon in transportation and promote eco-friendly hotel stay and encourage green restaurant dining, particularly the locally produced vegetables and ingredients. And we also promote environmental education, also encourage the cultural experience sharing, and also have more experience at the unplugged coffee making process. In terms of environmental education, we do a lot advocacy like events, training, and conference like here, green building visit, and waste cycling and sorting, and pick up trash down the mountain. We also build up the responsible ecotourism self-checklist. Here you can see some of our indicators right here. Also, we promote green restaurant dining, particularly those indigenous people like the Anisan Joe restaurant. We also promote cultural experience sharing and train local guides on this tour, and also they can introduce their traditional life with their own cultural characteristics. We promote handwork experience like just mentioned, unplugged coffee making process is very interesting and very funny. That's all I'm to share with you. Thank you for your attention and welcome to Taiwan.
Okay, that's
ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn.
Okay.
So thank you. Unfortunately, Taiwan is not with us today to receive their finalist award. The second finalist, as we said, Jeju Ecotourism Association from South Korea.
Yes. pushing the time. However, we want to continue.
Was this a film as well? Yes, it was, huh?
Huh?
This was also a film, no?
Yes.
Of Jeju. Can you really upload them somewhere?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Like make a.
I think that they are happy to share because they, especially for this ceremony, they made.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
No, that
so,
was fantastic.
yes.
Like if you can make a YouTube channel of AEN or something, or
We have, and we gotta upload the entire ceremony.
do that,
anyways.
please. Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
those examples are really
Yes.
nice. No?
So without further ado, just 2 more categories to go. The 9th is innovative ecotourism. Of course, the key words would be ecotourism practices reflecting innovation in design, facility, tour, interpretation, etc. While ensuring the support of the local entrepreneurs and fair trade, encourage the retention of tourism spending in the local economy through supporting local enterprises, supply chains, and sustainable investment. So the first finalist is again the Wonder Country. Congratulations. We have innovative. Congratulations again.
Congratulations. I'm very happy.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the second, again, goes to Taiwan Ecotourism Association. We just had a lengthy, not lengthy, but a good presentation from Mr. Chen. And the third finalist is the Taoqian Leisure Hotel from Taiwan. We also have the 5.5 minute presentation. Hopefully it's okay with you. Let me just go through to the video.
Long waiting. My name is Andrew. I'm very honored to deliver it to the name of years in Totem Resort Hotel.
Please start.
I am the manager of program trainer in the hotel. This is my contact info. The layout of this presentation. The hotel is operating within 120 hectares of the land. The business operation not only as a hotel, but also farm, restaurant, winery, and environmental education center. The idea is more people come to enjoy the program, the more people will stay in our hotel. This beautiful landscape is the first view of this private land. Can be best described as a Takayama initiative, which states if a human being has a harmony relationship with the nature, the landscape looks great. Our recent development is to implement this circular agriculture. And we have this compost area help our food circulation. We have built this ecology system in the vegetable garden and implement this agricultural circulation. In this way, we will minimize our waste and use our resource sufficiently. We have this sustainable studio where our customer can enjoy the handcraft to turn the waste into artwork. Another example, with great media exposures interviewed by National Geographic. David Wu is our chef of this green kitchen. After he's joined the hotel, we are able to tell stories on the dining table. We just finished this exam by this afternoon to extend our certificate of HSTC. We have a strong connection with local elementary school, museum, senior citizen care center, and we promote this Abukini culture in the nearby mountain. So our approach is to to sustainability, we have strong membership with local community. We hire professionals such as eco-chefs, artists, filmmakers, ecologists, and educators to create innovative programs to promote sustainable tourism. And for example, last year, January, we invite 14 chefs to visit 16 farmers and come back with 23 dishes. Those creations is piece of art, and among them we choose 5 and design them into banquet services. So the more we sell, the more our customers have this environmental consciousness. The more we sell, those friendly farmers will have more revenue. So in this way, the farmer's product is value-added. The idea of friendly farming is being promoted. Another program is called Forest Table. The program starts with describing different layers in the forest, and those different layers habitats for birds, bees, wildlife, and we start to offer finger food in the forest. This is Forest Table, and people will enjoy the finger food in this bees table and wildlife. This program is saying the birds, bees, and wildlife can help reproduction of the forest, and if humans could take care of the animal in this forest, then we can use the resource in the forest, generation by generation. So here is another film. Hopefully I still have time that the officer can release it. Otherwise, you are so welcome to visit us in Taiwan. And for more information, you can visit our website, www.tcfarm.com.tw. Thank you all. See you in Taiwan. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So that's Tao Chen Leisure Hotel. Thank you so much.
Can you give the awards to SES, on behalf of the hotel, the country union certified?
Oh yeah,
the,
true.
The one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Since you're here, let me just get the right award. I mean, you don't do this last minute.
Sorry, I didn't organize.
Yeah. I know it's somewhere. Oh boy.
The other one. Yeah.
This one.
There.
I'm sorry. This one.
Yay.
Yes. Put this so it's good for the show. And are we okay with time? I know we're a bit late, but hopefully we'll finish it soon. We have the last category. Okay, so you're there, physically. Oh, congratulations. That makes it work. Just a part.
We can send.
He's control unit.
He's control unit. Alrighty, so that will leave us to the last category, which is a community champion. And of course, community-led activities, including business development or management or community-led initiatives for environmental conservation is very important for us. So that's, we have the one though.
So shall we turn it off to take a photo?
Oh,
yeah.
Where
is
Which one?
the remote control? No?
No. Which one was it?
No, I wanted to turn it off the light.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have the background. Oh, this is good.
마지막 슬라이드.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
마지막 하자고요?
네.
이거?
네.
then actually this is the one I've been trying to find the one that's right one, but this is community benefit, but they want anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So here's last but not least. Congratulations again, you're several winners. The finalists.
I'm very happy to be award the finalist. The Wando and Cheongsan Conservation Council. This finalist is not the end. Maybe I think just a new start for the ecotourism. Thank you for your everything. Thank you.
Well, that covers 10 categories for our AEN International Ecotourism Award 2022. And this is an initiative of AEN. However, we are an umbrella organization, and we are a part of the global ecotourism network. And what we want to do, to take a few minutes of your time to, because our presenters here from our regional networks, which are Latin America, Europe, of course, Nabil from Middle East, we are also trying to develop in the Africa region as well as other, like AEN. So what we want to do is an introduction of our regional networks. For AEN, actually we have me here with you, but we already are here already, yes. And I also have briefly introduced how many countries. We have 21 countries to date. We have 31 board members, and on top of the 8 individuals that are also Thai board members. Yes, so we legally registered in Thailand, and we hope to say that we are one of the most active regional networks today. And now I'd like to call upon Kelsey.
Yeah.
For your.
Let's try if the stick wants to talk with your computer. If it doesn't, then we'll switch to mine.
Okay.
It's also right. Yeah, thanks for the fantastic examples. I've been sharing a little bit on the social media, some pictures and some appraisals for your work. Yeah, take one stick out and one. If there is not enough space, then I'll take my computer. It really just.
I'm just gonna.
You can do that. Yes. A very wooden stick from Lapland with me. Let's see if it wants to talk. Don't format it, otherwise it's gonna disappear. It doesn't want to accept it, so we need to just switch to my computer. No.
Okay.
It happened also in the GSDC training, so don't worry. I've got here a tough book with me. So just that's the presenting thing, yes.
Oh, it's different.
No, remove this. Remove.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's HDMI.
No, this is.
Don't you love the plugs
Yeah.
and all the different plugins?
Plug compatibility.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Not a long one, mostly just a few visual impressions, but I'll give a little bit of background as well. Just a second.
You need to turn on your laptop.
Yes. It's very lots of laptops here in the room. Yes, should be. Yeah. Just a sec. So yeah, talking about tech and sustainability, the former laptop I had for 13 years, the same. Yeah, I can talk about the brand favorably. Okay, here we go. Good. No, I got it because we were developing these hiking and cycling trails in Montenegro, and often sitting in a bumpy car, and you know, others went hibernating. This one didn't. Okay, just a little guest speaker with AEN. I think this is the. Yeah. Let's go there. I think you recognize the young man there, no? Not quite so grey hair. So we met physically for the first time, I think, at the ITB 2018, and that's where we also connected with Nabil and others. No? Here's Vicky Smith of Earth Changers. She's been a great support, like when we started building the Global Ecotourism Network website. That same year we had I think it was the 7th European Ecotourism Conference taking place in Georgia. And the superwoman here behind here is Natalia Bakhtaze, Englander. She is going to be at the ITB certainly also this coming year, because Georgia will be the cultural and convention partner of ITB. Let's see what ITB has become after the pandemic. What you see up there is a breakfast at Turkish Airlines. I flew back with Turkish Airlines and I had 14 single pieces of single-use plastic on my plate. And I was looking around me, I said, this is crazy, this must stop. So we pulled up a petition by Jen, which is still online, so please go and sign it. We want this IATA guy with 240 airlines. There might be now a little bit less airlines in the world for the known reasons, to stop single-use plastics in the planes. We have enough other kinds of materials which are more friendly, so here is a little bit of an action, call to action. ITB 2019, we had a little bit more like a mission and vision discussion, also at the Georgian stand, and yeah, we actually worked something. We came across the destination, the businesses, the travelers, and how we would see this as, you know, as a connection. European ecotourism doesn't have such deep roots in the destinations and businesses like as ecotourism. Every one of us is super busy somewhere with really good projects as well, which touch the real ecotourism world, but it's not understood as or talked about as ecotourism. It's talked about in German, nachhaltiger Tourismus, sustainable tourism, etc. So our network really is a network. We don't have an organization functional like AEN. Of course, 2020 and after also we went online. We have had these like monthly meetups around different topics, and it's quite fluid. No? We have a fixed day, fixed time, every first Tuesday of a month where we meet, and anybody from the mailing list, which are currently like 21 people from 13 countries, can join and propose stuff. What we have also, we joined the Facebook family in that sense that we open also their possibility to have conversations and yeah, find each other as well. I'd like to give a few hints what is a difference between networking and a B2B corporation or even an association. Association enable all this and more. And the word synergy comes from the Greek sun and sun together and ergon work, the same root that gives us ergonomic and energy. So synergy means working together to create something greater than either of you could do or have finished alone. So generally success factors would be for, and we see that success in AEN certainly, same mission, vision and values, transparency, clear rules of governance and structure, services that count and are worth paying for. We didn't yet define such a model, let's say, as an organization. Healthy financing, and further on, being fair, embracing to new members, open, clear action when there is a reason to drop a member as well. So like, somebody's against your mission and vision, then you just have to say thank you. No kidnapping for personal purposes. So it takes a lot of, willingness to work also voluntarily, obviously. Communication, communication, communication. Can't underline that too much. Doing good and talking about it. No? Thinking big, starting small, and making shit happen. And this is from a Austrian American philosopher. Always act so as to increase the number of choices, and this means not just for the travelers, but for the local communities in the first place. And you guys, you are doing exactly like a great job in that. I can see that in your examples. And always communicate so that others can participate. We went digital during the pandemic more than ever, and it enables us new innovative ways of working together. And one really exciting way, possibly a future way of working together could be DAO. Anybody heard of DAO? It's decentralized autonomous organization based on blockchain. No? Super crazy idea, but actually I have been wishing some governments to be replaced with this because it's transparent, nobody can cheat, and it works across countries in one common structure, if you like. Public transparency is really key. And it could be any organization in tourism as well. It's bottom up, all stakeholders have a say, and sharing of responsibilities and benefits is key in it. We had a fantastic, in one of our February meeting actually, a fantastic presentation by Anke Su, who is having a PhD done around this topic. Our future depends on our ability to cooperate. That is just the way it is. And here's one of my favorite speakers and authors. Yeah, thank you. You can ask me anything or we continue.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. There. So we have to switch the computer.
Yes.
Now. Yeah. Okay.
And a little bit about your introduction about Lassen. Could you
Yes.
say something about it?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Masaru, for the invitation and for to be here. It's an opportunity for us. It's we are, well, I'm going to be very fast. I know we have a short time. Then we are a group of professionals from Latin America and the Caribbean, and we are heading up to what you have already in Asia. We are under the umbrella of GEN, of the Global Ecotourism Network. So we would like to share knowledge, innovate, to learn, to have more participants from all the continent in Latin America and the Caribbean to make sure that we understand what's ecotourism and its authenticity. We have a lot of things in Latin America and the Caribbean. We are very rich in nature, in tourism, in cultural tourism, and we would like to make sure that all tourism would be sustainable and we can do ecotourism more sustainable and authentic. Thank you.
I know it's bad background, but we need to talk about a little bit about Jen. Bill, can you?
I was not ready for that. So GEN is the sort of the body, the network. GEN stands for the Global Ecotourism Network, and we're the body that represents all the different regions. We work in conjunction with AEN, Lassen, and the European Ecotourism Network as the body that umbrella organization. That's the term. The umbrella organization for all the ecotourism regional networks. I come from the Middle East. Unfortunately, the Middle East Ecotourism Network is still under establishment. We haven't been very successful. It's something that we're working on, and hopefully that become another member for the whole umbrella organization. That's it, I think.
Yeah. Thank you, Nabil. I mean, what's more important is it's really happening on the ground, and the importance is that we are actually every member counts, and we are making the grassroots activities, but now making it to mainstream, and we're very proud of it. So thank you for everybody that's here, and everybody else who are watching us online. So before you wrap, I just want to talk about how we are going to be engaging in the next step. This is the finalist ceremony. So we're now gearing up for...
Yeah. Maybe the cable is not fully in there. Now it's doing something on... Yeah, no, it's there. It's there. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah, don't breathe. Don't breathe.
Well, Japanese laptop should work.
Yeah.
No offense. Anyway, we're calling ourselves the very first green travel mart. It's an ecotourism travel mart for the first time to be held from March 28th. And we do already have our website set up. So this IETM, we would like to call for open invitation for anyone who are interested in, of course, promoting sustainable tourism and, of course, networking. So the International Ecotourism Travel Mart is, of course, with the AEN, with Jen together. It's an event especially designed to bring together delegates and exhibitors to showcase products and services that have a strong ecotourism component, green technology, and sustainable green practices. And some of you may also know, or of course, we hear ecotourism, we all know that back in 2002 was the UN International Year of Ecotourism. We were trying to celebrate it this year to commemorate the 20th anniversary. However, because of the COVID situation, we had to postpone to next year. So that's what's happening. And so Jen is, we just talked about Jen by Nabil, and of course we know that who is AEN. And we have another ISST, which is the International School of Sustainable Tourism, based in the Philippines, and there are AEN's satellite office. And that's why we are trying to co-sponsor and co-host this very event. So we are very thrilled about this, that we are going to share a lot of best practices in the region. And more importantly, this is not only going to be the travel mart, but we will have another component of the forum where we will have the actual seminars. We are now at the moment confirmed 17 Asian countries and within AEN, and we're hoping to have other regional networks to be participating. If you want to be an exhibitor, it's actually $500 to get a booth. It's very, very reasonable. And if you want to just to come in, it's only $2. It's a Philippine price and an Asia price that works for everybody. So that's a very brief introduction. So if you are not, if you haven't really penciled in your calendar yet, it's going to happen from the 29th and up until April 2nd. For some of us, it's a fiscal year change, but we hope to see you there. And that's where we would also have the finalists, I mean the winners ceremony announced at the very big stage. We're hoping to have thousands of people coming to that travel mart, and hosted by the DOT, the Department of Tourism of the Philippines. And we also have the very big sponsor from ASEAN Biodiversity Center, which we are very happy about. And so that's going to be definitely an epoch-making ecotourism travel mart, which hope that you can make it too. So that's
one more announcement for the future.
Yes.
Like the year after this, 2024 will be the World Ecotourism Forum,
That's
and
right.
it is like under work also with the help of Jen in Barcelona, Catalonia, no? And work in progress.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
So that's it for us. Thank you very much. I think we should do a group photo here in front.
Let's make some
make a
pretty
background and then
background.
have to stand here.
Stand here
Right,
because
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
have this.
You know, you had the cursor at one point, like showing like right here. I made a photo. It looks.
So you have to stand here,
Yeah.
so that this
Here,
doesn't
here.
hit you.
Yeah.
Stand here.
Oh, I stand here. Okay,
Yeah,
I
so-
can close
Yeah,
this
yeah.
video off now.
Yeah.